Who is Jordan Peterson?
I think that Jordan Peterson is very effective. He's a pop philosopher is what he's known for. I think that Jordan Peterson is extremely effective at being a substitute dad for guys who feel a little bit lost in life and giving them very, very conservative political messaging in the form of self-help advice. So there's a lot of stuff that Jordan Peterson will do and say that affirms conservative outcomes, but he won't commit to the aesthetic or to the conclusion of the conservative argument. So rather than saying, for example, that women shouldn't work in the workplace, he'll instead say that through his evo-psych knowledge, there's a lot of like really weird historical lack of precedent for men and women working together, and that we don't know the rules just yet. And if you ask him what he means by all that, he'll avoid answering, but the only conclusion to all the stuff that he said leads up to like, well, maybe women don't belong in the workplace. Maybe women belong to work at home, you know? Men are order, women are chaotic, you know? All of these new social rules, the maps of meaning, they haven't been laid out yet. But he frames it and obfuscates all of it through this philosophical jargon that is completely incomprehensible. He is not a philosophy professor. He's a psychology professor. When he's talking about psychology, he's pretty well-reasoned and educated. I mean, that's his job. When he's talking about philosophy, he's as educated as I am, or I assume as you are, but he dresses it up in these exceptionally flowery sentences that if you actually pull them apart mean very little. I recently went over a video of his where he talked with Ben Shapiro, you know, again, conservative outcomes here, and he would say the most obvious or the most asinine shit, but he would dress it up with, well, frankly, with language that your average person wouldn't be able to parse effectively enough to understand that it's BS. That's the problem that I have with Jordan Peterson. I think he actually says some really far-right stuff, just he dresses it up in a way that it comes off as like this philosophizing that people are supposed to take seriously because it sounds smart. His stuff on, like, cultural Marxism, for example, in addition to being incoherent, it's also as conspiratorial and socially damaging as, like, McCarthyite accusations. The idea that all of society is being infiltrated by, like, you know, woke SJWs who are controlling the fabric of government and politics and corporations and media, and that pretty soon you'll be unable to express any of your ideas or values because the censorship police are going to come for you if you misgender a trans woman. All of this ended up being complete BS, mind you. But he got millions of followers by essentially fear-mongering. We say this guy's an intellectual, but, like, remember, his following did not come from 12 Rules to Life. It came from the C-16 Canada panic. And by the way, still, nobody has been arrested for misgendering a trans woman. It still hasn't happened years later. So,
it's what you call the politics of hypotheticals. It's what guys like Peterson and Shapiro especially thrive on, is like a lot of these like BS slippery slope arguments. I feel.
I think he's a snake. I really do. I know he's intelligent, and I think that he's aware enough of the outcomes of his positions. It's not like he's not a Christian conservative. Like, he is. We know that. He'll just dress up these arguments in a way that are designed to exploit the weaknesses and insecurities.
Jungian archetypes.
Yeah. To the extent that he's like all the different
There's a funny meme out there where it's like a question answer with Jordan Peterson. Oh, hang on, I gotta shut my window here. It's getting loud. There's like a question answer with Jordan Peterson. It's like, Dr. Peterson, what's your favorite color? And the answer is just this long, you know, like you said, flowery sentence. Well, we must examine the axiomatic Jungian archetypes of the juxtaposition of neo-Marxist feminism. And it's absolutely hilarious.
I could not do that.
He dips his words. Do what? I'm sorry?
Oh, sorry. I couldn't do that right now. In 50 years, I'll be able to do that. I'm waiting to be old enough that when I just vomit bullshit, people will take me seriously, you know? Because right now, people will see right through it. But when I have, like, an old man beard, when I look like Chomsky, you know, like on the brink of death, I'll be able to say literally anything, and people be like, yeah?
People will just eat it up.
Yeah?
I mean, we're assuming that we're not all going to be underwater by then.